We will continue the chapter. Some children asked me to revise that anodizing of aluminium. We will revise that once, then we go through. Okay, children, anodizing of aluminium is we are going to coat aluminium oxide over the aluminium. We are going to coat aluminium oxide over the aluminium. This is aluminium. Over the aluminium, we are going to coat aluminium oxide with the help of electricity, passing electricity. It is an electrolysis process in which electricity is needed. Okay. Now this aluminium, here aluminium act as an anode. Okay. First you draw the cell, electrolytic cell, in which you are taking dilute sulfuric acid and aluminium act as a aluminium rod, act as a anode because positive terminal of the battery it is connected, and one inactive rod like carbon graphite connect to the cathode. Here only we study anode reaction because anodizing what we want, anode reaction we study. Here when the battery is on, at anode who is there? Aluminium is there, no? Yes or no? It is a plus rod. And here who are the ions present? Dilute sulfuric acid is an electrolyte. That means two type of electrolytes are there, two type of compounds. One is dilute means water is added and sulfuric acid also added. So two electrolytes, water and sulfuric acid. Water dissociate to form H plus, water breaks to form H plus and OH minus ion. And here 2 hydrogen is there, 2 H plus, SO4, 2 minus ion. Now number of ions are present here. Which are the ions? These ions are present. Okay, many ions are, many H plus, many OH minus, many SO4 bisulfate ions are present in this electrolyte, in the container. That is cell, electrolytic cell. Here anode act as a, aluminium act as anode, that is cathode because it is fitted to positive terminal of the battery. So it acts as anode, it acts as anode, it acts as a cathode, negative terminal. This is positive terminal, it is connected to positive terminal of the battery, so it is anode, this is cathode. Now battery is on, reaction occurs. To the positive terminal, who migrate? Minus ion migrate. How many types of minus ion are there? These are the types of ions are present, two types of ions are present, negative charge and H plus ions, these are the ions present now. And to the plus, these two minus ions migrate, OH minus, SO4, 2 minus. They remain the solution, no? These two ions migrate. But only one discharge. Who is that? Between this, who is having more reducing power? That person will go and discharge. Between two, hydroxide OH minus ion is having more reducing power. So to the plus rod who will go? OH minus ion. I told you it has more electron, no? That's what minus charge. So they try to donate the electron. One electron is extra, so they donate one electron and now they become neutral. Understood? Second OH ion migrated from here. Like that, when 4 OH ions become, they combine together. 4 OH ions discharged, they combine to form, 4 OH ion combine to form 2 molecule of water and 1 molecule of oxygen. Now, at this place it occurs, this reaction, at this rod. Now, this oxygen, aluminium is made of, this rod is made up of aluminium. So, here oxygen is occurred. So, aluminium react with the oxygen to form aluminium oxide. Aluminium oxide 3, aluminium valence 3, oxygen valence 2. So, now This aluminum rod is coated with aluminum oxide. So inner layer is protected. Understood? This is this much only anodizing of aluminum. Okay, aluminum is a plus rod. From the solution minus side migrate. Who is having more reducing power? OH minus. They will migrate, and they will to be neutral. They will donate electron, and it become OH. When four, like this second reaction, third reaction, when 4 OH migrates and they combine to form what is that? 2 molecule of water and 1 molecule of oxygen. This oxygen react with the aluminium to form aluminium oxide. Understand? And two purpose it is used for beautifying the object, coating the object, or to protect the inner layer. Okay, to protect it from corrosion, being corroded. Okay, we will move to today's topic. To know this chapter, you should know the series. I thought from 8th onwards. One shortcut I made for you, and if you want, you can make on your own. This is popular potassium, scientist sodium, can calcium, make magnesium, aluminium, zinc, in iron, low lead, humid hydrogen, country copper, more mercury, satisfactory silver. Popular, scientist, can, make, in, low, humid, country, more satisfactory. Popular scientist can make a zoo in low, humid country more satisfactory. And down the series, gold and platinum. This is reactivity series of metal in decreasing order. Top in the metals, potassium and sodium are topmost reactive, very vigorous. Their reaction is very vigorous. And as we move down, reactivity will be degrees. This series you learn. Okay, it will be helpful for this chapter and next chapter also. First one is metal with acid. For 10, the question number 10. How does metal react with acid? Potassium metal react with acid. What will happen? This is a metal. This is hydrogen. This is a metal. It is hydrogen ion. The compound hydrogen ion H plus Cl minus ion. This is ion, hydrogen ion. Look at the metal. Metal is top in the series. Hydrogen is lower in the series. This metal is top in the series means, you know, displacement reaction. We studied from 8th itself. What is displacement reaction? More reactive metal displaces the less reactive element. More reactive element displaces the less reactive element. Okay, so what will you get? Hydrogen place, you write potassium. KCl plus hydrogen gas will be liberated. Gas is diatom, so you have to write 2. Now you have to go for balancing. Okay, you balance the equation. I am not balancing all. Now I balance this only question. You remaining you balance. The same way sodium with acid. What will happen? Sodium metal. You look at the metal. It is top. Hydrogen is lower in the series. So top metal displaces the less reactive metal. Top one is very reactive. No, sodium is at the top. Hydrogen is at the base, down in the series. That means less reactive element. So high reactive element displaces the less reactive element. Displacement reaction occurs. Displacement. So hydrogen place you write Na. NaCl plus hydrogen gas. Okay. How will you dictate? How will you identify? The gas evolved is hydrogen. You take the container or a test tube in which you take this metal, add hydrochloric acid, and what happened? Hydrogen gas evolves. You bring these two reaction you don't because very vigorous. They burn themselves. So we do this one. Magnesium plus ICl. So magnesium is top in the series, hydrogen is lower in the series. You see the metal. Metal always top at the series. That means it is higher reactive element than this hydrogen. So what reaction? It displaces the hydrogen. Hydrogen place you write magnesium. And magnesium acid to and hydrogen will be displaced, hydrogen gas. Take the test tube in which you take magnesium pieces or magnesium ribbon slices you take, and add hydrochloric acid. As soon as you add, bubbles you can see, bubble evolves. In the solution you can see bubbles, efflorescence we say, efflorescence, bubbles form. Because that means gas is produced in this reaction. How will you know this is hydrogen? How will you confirm? You bring a burning splinter at the mouth of the test tube. It burns with pop sound. One pop, one sound comes. That is the evolved gas is hydrogen. It is proved. Understood? So now question is copper with hydrochloric acid. Look at the metal. Copper is here. Hydrogen is top. So only see the metal. Metal is lower than hydrogen. No. Metal only, you look at the metal. Only metal you see. Metal is lower than this hydrogen. That means less reactive than hydrogen. Look at this. Metal is here, down than hydrogen. That means metal is, this copper is weaker than hydrogen. So no reaction occurs. Okay, no reaction occurs. Now question is, they will give you the metals like this. Arrange the metal in decreasing order of their reactivity with the hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid. Arrange this metal in decreasing order of the reactivity with hydrochloric acid. How will you write? Who is stronger? Calcium is top, no? So calcium is strong reactive. Then who will second strong reactive? Second topmost reactivity is which metal shows? Magnesium is here, zinc is down. So magnesium is at the top, no? So second reactivity is magnesium. And third one is zinc. Who is highly reactive element? Calcium, because it is top in the series. And then magnesium, then zinc. Can you write? So further you study this series, then only you can arrange in order. Top one is always very fast in reaction or highly reactive element. Top one is highly reactive element. You see the series, accordingly you arrange. Okay? If it is decreasing order, increasing order means you write very topmost, you write that order. Always you open this mouth, you should know. Because highly reactive, no? And magnesium, zinc. That is increasing order, this is decreasing order. Can you write? Read the question and write. You will learn this thoroughly. Next one is metal with nitric acid. Metal with nitric acid. This reaction is never occurred because nitric acid is a oxidizing agent. What is the meaning of oxidation means? It evolves oxygen. I will tell you a nitric acid reaction. It itself breaks to NO2 plus oxygen, nascent oxygen. One oxygen is nascent oxygen. It itself breaks and forms like this. That's what it is. Pure nitric acid is yellow, white in color. After a few minutes, this nitric acid changes into yellow in color because of formation of NO2. They themselves decompose. Nitric acid themselves decompose and liberate nascent oxygen. That's what it is. Acts as an oxidizing agent. So when you add this nitric acid to metal, what will happen? I told you salt you will get, okay, and what will happen? It oxidizes to hydrogen you get, no, actually you will get hydrogen because it displaces the hydrogen, and since it is oxidizing agent, oxidizes hydrogen to water plus that NO2 gas also. Okay, understood? It oxidizes hydrogen to water. Oxygen is added to the hydrogen. So it oxidizes the hydrogen. So it acts as an oxidizing agent. It helps to oxidize hydrogen to water. So it is an oxidizing agent. So you don't get hydrogen with this acid. Which acid? Nitric acid. Can you write? Will you get hydrogen gas on adding this nitric acid to metal? No. It is oxidizing agent. So instead of hydrogen, you will get water, because this nitric acid oxidizes hydrogen to water. So you don't get hydrogen. Only two metals, that is magnesium and manganese. Only two metals react with nitric acid. That means 1% of nitric acid. That means you added much water. 99 ml of water in 1 ml of acid. Like it, much diluted. Under this condition, these two metals react with the acid. It gives hydrogen gas. It produces magnesium hydrogen plus you write magnesium nitrate, magnesium NaC2 plus hydrogen gas. Okay, same way here also manganese nitrate plus manganese NaC2 hydrogen gas. These two liberate hydrogen gas. These two liberate hydrogen gas. That is under what condition? At a very, very less concentration, highly diluted. Less concentration, that is highly diluted. The acid is highly diluted. 1% of acid. Understood? That means 1 gram of nitric acid in 100 gram of water. Okay, or solution we can say, 100 gram of solution. 1 gram of this nitric acid is 100 gram of solution. Okay, like this much diluted. Under this condition they liberate hydrogen gas. So no other metal react with the nitric acid because it is an oxidizing agent. Only one word you write, it is an oxidizing agent. So it oxidizes hydrogen to water. Next one is aqua regia. Aqua regia means royal water. Royal water, aqua regia. Aqua regia means royal water, because in which the noble metals, who are noble metals? Gold and platinum, they never react, but they react with the aqua regia, and they never dissolve in any of the solvent. Only they can dissolve in this solvent, aqua regia solvent. That's why it is called royal water, in which nobody can dissolve this metal, but only this person can dissolve the metal. What is aqua regia? Aqua regia is a mixture of concentrated HCl with concentrated nitric acid in the ratio of 3:1. You take concentrated acid, you mention concentrated. 3 part of concentrated HCl with 1 part of concentrated nitric acid, or 3 liter of concentrated HCl with 1 liter of concentrated nitric acid. This mixture is called aqua regia. On mixing, you will get nitrosyl chloride plus water plus chlorine, nascent chlorine. 1 atom of chlorine, so we say nascent chlorine. Chlorine is a gas, generally it exists in diatom. When you write 1, you write nascent chlorine, very reactive. Okay, not stable, very reactive. Very reactive, not stable. Nascent chlorine liberate. This person is responsible for dissolving this metal in this solution, because after mixing they form this compound. Okay, these are the compound, and this is responsible for dissolving gold and platinum. Gold mixed with nascent chlorine and gold chloride, and platinum mixed with nascent chlorine, and you get platinum chloride. Okay, that is what your parents, they want their jewels, chain or something to shine. If any function is there, they want their jewels to clean, isn't it? They will give to goldsmith. What he does, he prepare the aqua regia solution and soak this jewels or chain into the aqua regia. So what will happen? Outer layer will be dissolved in the solution, and they will reutilize that. So you weight it after that. The weight will be reduced. So don't go for giving or cleaning to goldsmith. He uses this solution because it will dissolve. Gold and platinum dissolve in this. People are unaware of this, they are doing. So you should help them. At least you should help your parents not to do so. Understood? This is aqua regia. It is what is the nature? It is a liquid and a fuming, vaporing liquid, like a fumes it forms. And it can dissolve glass also. If you put this solution in the glass, it dissolves the glass. Such a highly reactive, corrosive nature of solution is aqua regia. Okay, liquid, fuming liquid, corrosive nature. Understood? Let us move to next, metal with non-metals. You know, sodium chloride, table salt, sodium chloride, rock salt. This sodium chloride is formed from two atoms, sodium and chlorine gas. Okay. Before that, it is formed from, you break into ions, Na plus Cl minus. It is formed from Na with Cl. Okay, NaCl. Otherwise, we write MgCl2. Another example is MgCl2. Mg react with 2 chlorine. Here Na react with 1 chlorine. NaCl. Na monoatom. Metal always exists in monoatom. When you write monoatom. It is a gas diatom. So after mixing, you get NaCl. But you have to balance the equation, no? You have to obey law of conservation of mass. So here 2 chlorines are right here. So again check it, 2 sodium here right. Okay. So 1 sodium react with 1 chlorine, you will get 1 NaCl. Understood? 1 sodium react with 1 chlorine gives NaCl. Now we study how do you get this NaCl. This is metal, this is non-metal. Metal, non-metal. Okay, this metal and non-metal combine to form ionic compound. Wherever metal is there, this is fully metal. Only you study this one. Only this is non-metal exception because it shows the metallic property. That's what is added here. Remaining other than the hydrogen, all are metal. So wherever metal is there, you say the compound formed by metal is ionic compound. Aluminium sulfate. Aluminum is an ionic compound. Zinc chloride, zinc is their metal, ionic compound. Iron sulfate, iron is there, so ionic compound. Magnesium chloride, magnesium is an ionic compound. Wherever metal is present, you say ionic compound. Close the eyes and say ionic compound. The compound form is ionic. What is ionic? See. See, I told you 1 Na and 1 Cl, isn't it? We will write. This atom has, this is atom, 1 atom of Na react with 1 atom of chlorine to get 1 molecule of NaCl. See, Na has atomic number 11. That means electron also 11. Na has atomic number 11. That means electron also. Every atom has fixed number of electron. Every neutral atom has fixed number of electron. Na has 11 electrons. Whereas chlorine has 17 electrons. Understood? And these electrons revolve around the nucleus. Atom is spherical in shape. Atom is spherical in shape. In between, at its center, nucleus is present. Okay? Around the nucleus, electron revolves. Okay? There also condition is there. First cell 2 electron, maximum 2 electron revolve. Second cell maximum 8 electron. Then after 8 electrons. So here you are having 11 electrons. First seat, how many children can be seated? 2. So 2 you write. And remaining how many is there? Second seat, how many can sit? 8. So 10 electrons over, 10 students over out of 11 students. Remaining how many left? 1. This is where electron is distributed. Okay, the class row, first seat only 2 children can be seated. Second, 8 children can be seated. Third seat, 8. The same way electron also distributed in each cell. First cell, inside the nucleus, first cell, only 2 electrons can be seated. And the second cell, 8 electrons. And some changes will be there, you study in higher. Now you remember, you can study this much only. Okay, don't go beyond this, you study this level. Some changes will be there for higher class. Now in this level you study this rule. First cell 2, second cell 8, next cell 8. So among 11 electron, first cell में how many can accommodate? Only 2. Second cell how many can accommodate? 8. So 10 electron over remaining 1 electron, third cell they will accommodate. So you here 2 electron and second cell 8, third cell 1. The same way chlorine has 17 electron, it is fixed. So 17 electron, first cell 2, second cell 8, and remaining 7 electrons are there. Third seat में 7 electrons will accommodate. So we write 2, first cell 2 electrons, second cell 8, the next cell 7. So first cell 2, 8, 7. Okay. Now the atom is not stable. If it is stable, it should have, to be stable, it should have last cell 8 electrons. First cell 2 electrons. Okay. First cell 2 electrons. Okay. Last cell how many electrons? 8 electrons. But it is having only 1 electron, not stable. Here also not 8 electrons. It has only 7 electrons. So not stable. To be stable, what they do? They donate 1 electron. So if it donate 1 electron, the last cell electron become 8 stable, and it will donate 1 electron to this person. So here it will get electron 8. It also stable. To attain stability, they donate electron. Metal always donate. Non-metal always gain. Because metal outermost electron 1 or 2 or 3 electrons will be there. Non-metal outermost cell maybe 5, 6, 7, like that electron will be there. So by this electron only you can understand it is metal or non-metal. You study in 5th chapter, now keep in mind. Last cell 1 electron or 2 or 3 means metal. Here, if last cell 5, 6, 7 means non-metal. 4 means metal, and you don't bother, either give or take. That we see later. Understood? So metal, this one donate, why donated? To be stable. Now your outermost cell may last cell 8 electrons are present, so stable. Here after getting now it become 8 stable. So they donate 1 electron. This electron you differentiate with a circle. Okay. Okay, this electron donate. Here donate. Now look at this, here 8. Here also it become 8. Now what happened here this side? Children, earlier it was 281. Earlier. Neutral atom it was 281. Here also 287. Now, if it has 11 electron means they have 11 proton also. That's why it is neutral. No charge. Over this atom there is no charge because neutral. If an atom 11 electron is present and they have 11 proton also. If an atom has 17 electrons, then it has 17 protons also. So positive charge 17 plus 17 minus cancel. So it will become neutral. Here also 11 proton, 11 electrons. So neutral. 11 positive charge, 11 negative charge. Neutral. Now what happened? Earlier it was 11 positive charge, 11 negative charge. 17 positive charge, 17 negative charge. It is fixed, this one. Okay. Now what happened? 1 electron donated. So it became 10. Now it 1 electron gained. It become 18 electron. Now do you feel this atom become neutral? No. Because 11 positive, 10 negative. So what do you get? 1 plus. Okay. Now what is, who is, because electron is less, positive charge is more. Now look at this, negative charge is more. So 1 minus. 1 electron is more. So they become charged. because this person donated 1 electron, so 1 electron become less. Now positive charge is more, so plus 1 plus. Here 1 electron is gained, so electron charge increased, so 1 plus, extra 1 plus. Here 1 electron is less, so 1 plus. Here 1 electron is more, so 1 minus. Now what happened? Due to plus minus, plus minus attract each other. North pole, south pole attract each other. So between plus minus, electrostatic force of attraction occurs. Due to electrostatic force of attraction, they stick together to form a bond. Due to force, strong electrostatic force, plus minus, they attract to form a bond. This bond is called ionic bond, which is strong. Now tell me how ionic bond is formed. After donating, it become plus charge. After gaining electron, it become negative charge. Now there is a charge between two atoms. So plus minus, between plus minus, what type of charge occurs? Electrostatic force of attraction. So they combine to form a bond. This bond is very strong. This bond is called ionic bond because this bond is found between charged particles, plus and minus. Understood? And remaining we study. Once again I will explain in next class. Okay? That's all. Thank you.